Today, I'm building the legendary Going Merry ship in my Minecraft world. This is the first step in recreating the One Piece world in Minecraft. A year ago, I built the Thousand Sunny, but that was on a different channel. Now, it's time to bring Going Merry into my Minecraft world. Of course, to build this iconic ship, I need tons of materials. So, while I gather everything, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more awesome builds like this. The first step was finding a good location to build the ship. This is where I'm building it, and here's the hologram of the ship. I'm using the Lightomatica mod to load the schematic of this build. Once I had the perfect location, I checked my storage, and since this is my one-year-old survival world, I already had most of the materials ready. Some of you might ask, why didn't you start fresh in a new world? Well, I actually tried that, but it was so boring to restart from scratch, having to build every farm before actually working on the main ships. So I decided to continue in my existing world instead. The main materials I needed were oak wood, quartz blocks, and some gray concrete. Since I already have wood and concrete farms, those were easy to get. First, I gathered oak wood from my wood farm, which made collecting logs much faster than chopping manually. However, since I needed 10 full shulker boxes of oak wood, it still took quite some time. You're probably thinking, why do I need this much oak wood? Well, Going Merry might look small, but once you start placing blocks, you realize just how many materials it actually needs. Next, I needed gray concrete, so I headed to my concrete farm. This farm saved me a ton of time since breaking concrete by hand is a pain. After that, I needed lapis lazuli blocks for some details in the build. Luckily, I had some lapis lazuli ore stored in my chest, so I mined those and it turned out to be just enough to craft the required blocks. While I was collecting all the materials, I realized just how much effort goes into building something like this in survival. Even though I had some farms, getting everything still took quite a bit of time. Another thing I needed was oak leaves and mushroom blocks. These might not seem important, but they add small decorative details that make the build look better. And, of course, I needed some leaves for Nami's tangerine tree. Can't forget that. Since this build requires stripped oak wood, I set up a quick wood stripping farm to speed up the process. It made things easier and saved me a ton of time, but it still took over an hour to strip all the wood I needed. Finally, the hardest part, getting enough quartz blocks. Since mining in the Nether would take forever, I relied on villager trading. Even with a huge stockpile of emeralds, it was still a grind, because villagers have trade limits. After a few stacks, I had to wait for restocks, making the process super slow. I had to keep checking back and trading over and over again until I finally had everything I needed. Gathering all these materials took quite some time, but we're finally ready to start building. Here's a quick look at everything I've collected for the build. Now that I have everything, it's time to start building. So far, I've made great progress and have almost completed the entire lower section of the ship. Placing all the blocks took hours of work, but now the structure of the ship is finally coming together. Now that the interior and other details are done, there's only one last thing left to build: the ship's pillars. So let's build those too. it is. The final look of the Going Merry in my Minecraft world. You can build this ship too. Just check out the tutorial uploaded on this channel. If you think this build turned out great, hit that like button. And if you want to see me build Shank's ship next, make sure to subscribe for more One Piece builds.